The internet runs our lives. We wake up, check our phones, scroll through nonsense, and pretend we're logging off when really we're just switching apps. At this point, our online selves are just as real, if not more real, than the people we are in the physical world. Creepy, right? Well, back in 1998, an anime called Serial Experiments Lain looked at all of this before we even had social media, deepfakes, or the absolute horror that is the comic section. It asked what happens when the digital world isn't just part of our lives, but our entire reality. Spoiler alert, things get weird. I mean, really weird. So let's talk about Lain and how we have a show that probably predicted the mess we live in now. Serial Experiments Lain has a unique and intricate history, blending the world of anime, manga, and video games. The anime was originally released in 1998 and was directed by Ryutaro Nakamura, with a script written by Chikai J. Kanaka. I hope I didn't, butcher that, but whatever. It was based on a manga of the same name, which was written by Yasutoshi Abe, who also contribute to the anime's concept and artwork, and is also behind Welcome to NHK, the most depressing anime I've ever seen. The anime is well known for its exploration of technology, identity, and the blurred line between the real world and cyberspace. The anime studio, Triangle Staff, was a smaller, more experimental production company. The studio strips lies in creating thought-provoking anime, and Serial Experimental Lain is often seen as one of its most successful projects, receiving praise for its mature themes and complex storytelling. In addition, the anime had a video game based on the series, which was also released in 1998 on the PlayStation. Yes, PS1. The game, much like the anime, focuses on themes of identity, technology, but offers an interactive experience that allows players to explore Lain's world in more depth. This combination of manga, anime, and video games creates a layered experience for fans, making Serial Experimental Lain a multi-dimensional piece of media that continues to be relevant for discussions around the intersection of technology, identity, and society. The story centers on Lain Awakara, a 14-year-old girl who at the start is quiet, introverted, and disconnected from the world around her. One day she receives an email from a classmate who has recently died, claiming that she hasn't been deceased yet and was simply just transcended into the Wired, a mysterious virtual space. This sets Lain on a journey where she begins to uncover the truth about the Wired, reality, and her own experience. As she dives deeper, Lain starts questioning the very nature of her identity, consciousness, and what it means to be real. The anime explores themes of isolation, digital technology, and the merging of the online and real worlds. Now imagine if this was back in 1998 or the early 2000s, even though I would have been like 8. Between the ages 8 and 10. But let's just pretend, okay? I'm making a review on this like I do now. Yes, I know there's no YouTube back then, but I'm still doing this, right? I probably would have gave the plot a 0.5 out of 3 or like a 0 out of 3 because it would have been just simply confusing. I would have not understand what was going on. Like I would have been like, what is this crap? Like this is just overthought or whatever, right? But now in 2025, after seeing how much our lives are being consumed by the internet and digital spaces, I realized just how ahead of its time this anime was. The anime predicted a future where our online identities become just as important, if not more so, than who we are in the physical world, like I said earlier. The themes of questioning reality and digital existence hit so much harder now that we're living in a world dominated by the internet and social media. Looking back, I would have dismissed this anime as confusing back then. But after seeing how everything has evolved, now seeing how relevant and forward thinking it was, and that's why I'm going to give the plot a 3 out of 3. It's a classic that nails the digital age long before people was realizing how deep we would be connected to the internet. Serial Experimental Lain was ahead of its time, simply. That's just really all I could say. It was so ahead of its time that I probably wouldn't be talking to you as Alton the Analyst, or this video would probably not exist if it wasn't for Experimental Lain's prediction of how the internet will turn out to be. See what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, it's a banger. Y'all really gotta check it out. The world building in Serial Experiment Lain is really where they shine. The show does an incredible job of immersing us in two very distinctive worlds. The real world, primarily set in Tokyo, and the Wired, which represents the internet. As we dive deeper into both, we get to see how interconnected and impactful technology is on the characters' lives. The Wired is depicted as an alternative realm, almost like a precursor to today's internet. And it's fascinating how it parallels our own world's digital evolution. Just like the characters in the anime are constantly connected, today many of us can't go anywhere without our phones or constant internet connection. We stream everything from TV shows to music, and most people today no longer even have cable, opting instead for streaming services. The way the show predicted the digital shift is impressive. From the struggle of the music industry due to streaming, how everyone can just now create content and potentially achieve fame. Sort of like what I'm doing right now. The fact that anime explored these concepts before they even became mainstreams give it a lot of weight even decades later. That's why I give it a 2.5 out of 3 in world building. It might not be as expansive as some other worlds, but the relevance that it has in today's technologies driven life is simply undeniable. When it comes to the character development, this anime stands out for offering a deep, introspecting look at its protagonist, Lain. Her transformation from a quiet, socially awkward girl into someone who navigates and ultimately controls the digital world of the Wired is the central focus of the show. Which makes this journey so intriguing is how Lain's development isn't just about her interaction with others, about her growing understanding of her own existence and how it intertwines with the digital realm. At the start, Lain seems disconnected from the world around her, unsure of who she is or where she belongs. As the story progresses, her experiences in the Wire blur the lines between reality and the virtual world, and she becomes more entangled in a larger mystery that challenges her sense of self. This development is subtle but powerful, and the way the show depicts her emotional and psychological growth is part of what makes Serial Experiments Lain such a compelling psychological and philosophical exploration. In addition to Lain's character arc, the series explores the effects of the Wired on other characters, revealing their own conflicts and transformation. Characters like Lain's classmates and her family members aren't just side characters. They represent the various aspects of human interactions with technology and identity, providing a fuller picture of how the digital world shapes each individual differently. Overall, the character development of Serial Experimental Lain is rich and multifaceted, making it one of the anime's most standout features. It doesn't just follow Lain's journey. It also challenges you, the viewer, to reflect on your relationship with technology and identity, making it a thought-provoking experience. For this is why I put the character development at a 2.3 out of 3. As far as for an anime that came out in the 1990s, Serial Experiments Lain holds up surprisingly well. In terms of animation, sure, it carries that distinct nostalgic 90s feel, kind of like the first transitions we saw in shows like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Sailor Moon. These older animes often had that rough, grainy texture in their animation style. However, even though Lain has that same ashy aesthetic, it's not off-putting. Instead, it blends well with this eerie, surreal atmosphere the show is trying to create, making it still enjoyable to watch. While it might not be smooth and polished like modern anime, its animation isn't an eyesore. So given all of that, I would like to give the animation a 1.5 out of 3. It's definitely not bad, but also doesn't quite stand up as a exceptional for today's anime that you would get, that you would, see from these modern studios. Now, I love a good intro, and god damn it, this anime has a good fucking intro. It gives off that late 90s vibe, like Dawson Creek, with a white girl on the balcony singing about her boyfriend on the football team. It's the type of pop you expect after the Clueless era. Think Mandy Moore and that early pop music that's dripping with nostalgia. Honestly, I think it's one of my all-time favorite openings. So the intro song is named Vet by Boa. This track dropped in 1999. It was part of her debut album, Twilight, which kicked off her amazing career. Honestly, it was like the musical equivalent of setting the bar high. She's been rocking the pop, R&B, and dance scenes for years. Across language, The Vet is one of those songs that really shows off her vibe. Catchy, but with that haunting feeling. It really sticks with you. It's kind of those songs that get stuck in your head, but you don't mind at all. Hey, I'm actually showing her YouTube channel on this page right now. I'm just discovering more of her music myself. Seriously, I'm going to subscribe as we speak. You should definitely go support her and check out more of her work. She's definitely earned. So I'm going to give an extra 0.5 just for the intro alone. I'm going to try to have it faintly in the background, you know what I'm saying? If not, because, YouTube be tripping and I'll be having to re-edit this whole video just to stop me from having to do that. If I can't do it, I'm just going to put the intro in the description. I'm going to put that link in the description so y'all can check it out yourself and see if I was cooking or not. And as far as how everything in this anime just reflects in everything today, I'm not going to repeat myself and try to put it in different words or anything. I'm just going to say I'm going to give it a 0.2 extra points just on the message that it brought and how relevant it is today. Adding everything up, Serial Experiments Lain locks in at a 10 out of 12, which officially makes it a goated anime. And honestly, that feels right. The anime wasn't just ahead of its time, it might be still ahead of ours. It's eerie, mind-blowing, and it doesn't spoon feed you answers, but that's exactly what makes it a masterpiece. It challenges how you see reality, technology, and maybe even yourself. Have you seen it? If you haven't, maybe it's time for you to experience Lain. Just don't get lost into the wire. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like this video, and if I earned your subscription, go ahead and give me that too. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about the anime? And also make sure you hit that bell so you know whenever I upload a new video. But speaking of the next video, I want you to go ahead and hit that screen right now for Villainous Level 99. If you've ever wondered what happens when a OP final boss just wants to have a chill free life, then this is a video for you. Go ahead and click it before it levels up without.